Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I wanted to do a going out look, going out for the evening. Now, a lot of places in this country, in the United States, have started to reopen or are fully reopened. Certainly I'm seeing people going out because there's a restaurant not too far from me and it's packed. People are thrilled to go out. And I happened to go to Nordstrom's yesterday for the first time in a year. And I went to the Chanel counter and I found this palette, which is so beautiful that I want to clean it before I show you. I don't know if I cleaned it 100%. Voila. This is the TISSE CAMBON, and this is what it looks like. It's not new, it's just new to me. Let's do some date night makeup. I've already done my foundation, so today I am wearing the Christian Dior. Isn't that funny? I never call it Christian Dior, but it is Christian Dior. There's a CD. It's the Dior Forever Natural Nude, and I have that in 2N, and it goes on a little light, but after 20 minutes or so, it oxidizes and starts to look super pretty. So that's where we are now, and I have concealer on. That's it. So I know this isn't new, but let's just swatch anyway, just in case you haven't seen it before. And I'll do this row, which is the top row first. And the first color seems very like a lovely taupey dream. And we're just swatching to get a sense of what the colors. And here's the pink, and here's the darkest color. Not the greatest swatches in the world. That's okay. I think the look that you will get out of this is pretty subtle. So I'm going to start first with this taupey shade. There's a lot of sparkle in here, and yet when you apply it like this with a fluffy brush, you're not going to get that sparkly looking. It's not going to look like a Natasha Denona or a Pat McGrath, you know what I mean? And I am cool with that. So I'm just going to start around the brow bone area to give me a little bit of depth, and the rest all over the lid. And already I have a little bit of shape. Now I am going to take this dark color with one of these sponges. I did do, a trial run. I was playing with this, but I found that with a brush, this dark color, which I'm going to run by the lash line, doesn't pick up a whole lot. But with the applicator, you can get something going. A tool is a tool. And then use my finger to just bring the color in, but very, very softly. Other eye. But there you go. And I'm going to go in with the Ray Morris brush with the pink shade. Now, this application will be very, very, very subtle, but you can go in with your finger as well. But I just wanted to show you more of a subtle look. I feel that no matter what you do with this palette, you're going to get something subtle. So there it is, just with a light application with a fluffy brush that is not incredibly dense. Now, my fingers are a little bit damp because I just cleaned them on a baby wipe, and it's probably dry by now. Now I'm going to go with the finger and get a little bit more color this way, a little more payoff. And now I'm taking this Chikuhodo and picking up this white color. And I'm going to use it very carefully because white is a little bit extreme. I'm not a huge inner highlight person, but I want to lighten up this area, and it's a nice area to lighten up if you have close set eyes, if you have deep set eyes, if you have darkness, and whatever's left, I'll do inner highlight, but it's just a little bit of a brightening. And now I'm going to go back with the Chikuhodo, which I just wiped clean, and just do the edges and make sure there's a nice soft fade. I just think it's very sophisticated, very subtle. Yes, there's a little shimmer, there's a little glimmer, there's a little glamour, but it's not smacking you in the face. This is evening makeup for real people. Now I'm going to do a little bit of lining. This is Verushka from Charlotte Tilbury. It is a gray color, and I find that, yes, browns can be soft, but brown wouldn't be really appropriate with this eye look. But I also find that browns can also be very, very dark, and this is just a little bit softer than a dark brown or a black. Now, I'm not going to do too much right here because I've already used that dark shadow, but I do want to get some emphasis right here. Whoops, very carefully, because I am the queen of blinking. And I just got a little mistake from that blink. And then I'll go from inside to outside just until that powder gets a little more thick. Lash time. If you like to curl your lashes, curl your lashes. My lash curler is about 100 years old, and I swear I don't see a difference. I don't know. But lash it up. This is the Cush, which really gives a feathery look. My favorite Cushes were the little ones that you could get with points. They seem to work better for some reason. So, let's move on to blush. So for blush, I think a lot of women, when they're going out at night, they don't want to do a blush, they just want to do bronzer. But I do think blush is so helpful in bringing some life to your face. It's just your application might be a little bit different. And I just want to check. I feel like I want to powder first before I go on with blush. But I'm not going to powder my whole face. I'm just going to powder where that blush is going to be going. So I'm just going to do the cheek. And I guess I'll just, I'll kind of do the whole face, right around the brow. I don't like it when it shines right there. And for blush, I'm going to go in with the Hermes in Ombre, because this isn't a bright pink kind of color. It's more of a neutral, more of an evening color. And the other day I did a post about blush shapes. I think for the evening, I don't want to go for something with a lot of color by my eye for that young, youthful, I've been outside exercising or I'm 6 years old kind of look. I want to bring some life to the face, but not that super youthful look. When I say youthful, I don't mean in my 20s or 30s. I mean, 6-year-old, 9-year-old little girl. This is the Silky brush, and I'm going to do the upside down triangle for this look. So this is the tip of the triangle, and bring it down, and then bring it wide. Now this application suits certain kind of face shapes best, and mine isn't one of them, but I think for evening, this is a nice way to wear blush. And because most of the color is down here, where the hollow of the cheekbone is, it almost acts a little bit like a contour. Blush done. I'm not going to do any contouring, I'm not going to do anything like that because this is a real woman going out for dinner. I'm going to do some more mascara though, which I usually don't do. One more coat. I'm going to go back into this palette and put a little bit of this under, and then I'm going to blend it out with this one. So I took the color on the tip of this sponge applicator. Just a little bit. And finally, lip. I know most people would want to do a nude lip with something like this, but I just don't. I want to do something ish in the red family. This is the Rouge Dior in 720. I cannot remember the name. And this red has actually a little bit of warmth to it, while this look, you could say, is a little bit cool. So when I say warm, I don't mean pink. I think there's an orangeness in it, but I think it'll work. Now, I do feel that my hood looks the teeniest bit heavy, and the eyes look a little bit pulled down. So now's the time where I need to go in and look at what kind of adjustments I can make. Why is this looking pulled down? Well, when I put stuff under my eyes, it tends to do that. But this is just, you know, my normal wrinkle here. There's not a mistake that I've made with eyeshadow here. This one seems to be pulling up a little bit. So I think I am going to go in with Q-tip and soften it right here. And then I'm going back into this taupey shade with this Chikuhodo, and I'm going to kind of move it to make that little wing. It's not that I love the wings so much, it's just that this hood is so heavy, it makes my eye's shape change. It appears that my eye's going down when my eye is really upturned. So I want to give some shadow to this. Now the hood doesn't look so prominent. And since these shadows are so subtle, it changes the look, but it's not too dramatic. If it were a darker color, this very same kind of effect would look, you know, kind of crazy. And for eyebrows, I think I'm just going to leave it. I'll just run a spoolie through them. I saw Lisa Eldridge do something the other day. She said when she does a smoky eye, she doesn't want to have a big brow with it because it's too much. And even though this is a very soft eye, I do have a dark lip on. And I just don't think it's a great idea to go dark, dark, dark. And there it is. Put on a pair of pearls and a nice little something something. I think I'm going to do that. Voila! A little something for the evening. It's not too much, but I still think it's very special. And especially, you know, considering if you're going to a restaurant, you'll probably have lower light and you'll have some candlelight on the table. And these kind of shadows will just sparkle a little bit in the candlelight. It won't be a foil. It's not, you know, you're not going to a rave. You know what I mean? None of us are. Well, I mean, some people might be, but I'm not. So I want something that's pretty and romantic and flattering and soft and still makes a little bit of a statement. And I think I might have accomplished that. I hate to try putting the hair down because the hair is the most unreliable thing ever. I just never know what it's going to do. Yeah, not really working for me. And that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope you are going to have a date night very soon. Get away from it all. Go to a place with beautiful food, beautiful music, beautiful lighting, and feel beautiful yourself because you deserve it. And that's it. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was enjoyable. And I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe and smart. And I'm wishing you good health.